Hey guys, I'm back with day 4 results, and let's just get straight into it. I am either in ketosis or experiencing what's called keto flu. Either one I'm okay with because both of them mean that my body is at the very least transitioning to burning those ketones for energy versus the carbohydrates. So, yay! I did a urine ketone test last night to see where I'm at. This is what I used right here. My camera won't focus on it, so we'll just, it won't focus on it. But I will just show you. It starts at the bottom here. The lowest that it goes is 5 milligrams per DL. I'm not sure what DL stands for, but milligrams per DL. And it goes all the way up to here, 160 milligrams per DL. These are standard units of measurements for American ketone tests. Other places, especially I believe European, they use millimoles per liter instead. So just something to be aware of when you're taking your test. Don't be alarmed if you do research on Google like I did and you know, your test comes up. Mine came up, for example, about 70 milligrams per DL. And then when I looked up online, I was like, oh no, it's only supposed to be between like 0.5 and 3. And I was like, oh no, I'm way high on ketones. I was looking at the wrong measurement. It's supposed to be between 0.5 and 3 if you're talking about millimoles per liter. When you're talking about milligrams per DL, different measurements. So my measurement, you want to take the milligrams per DL, divide it by 18, and that will give you your result in millimoles per liter. So don't be alarmed like I was. If you're from America and you're taking those urine strip tests, just be aware. You might have to convert to get the more common standard unit of measurement, which is millimoles. I'm not YouTube savvy, so instead of having a nice little diagram and picture pulled up for you in this video, I'm just doing it the very janky old-fashioned way, but made up this little chart, and that is wrong. It is not ml per L. It is, well, just ignore it. It's not. I wrote the wrong thing down. 1 second. Just forget that. I'll just write it down below. 1 moment. Okay, here we go. It's in the wrong spot, but I'll show you guys anyway. Okay, so these units of measurement over here are milligrams per DL. I don't know what DL stands for, but milligrams per DL. This is what the measurements were from the test that I took. In order to convert it into millimoles per liter, you want to divide your test by 18. Unless you're in a country where the tests are just automatically millimoles, which is very handy, and congratulations on that. If you're already in a place where the test strips automatically give you the millimole measurement, that's great. You don't have to do this conversion at all. This is just for American tests and testing, or wherever anyone tests in milligrams instead of millimoles. All right, so I got between 40 and 80, approximately 70, because it was a little bit closer to the 80, so I'm assuming around 70 ketones or milligrams per DL on my test. And so I divided 70 by 18, and that gave me approximately 3.9. So 3.9 is where I am over here, 3.9 millimoles per liter, okay? Don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I will link in the description below links to a video that this guy goes into great detail explaining the 3 different types of ketone tests available, how they work, which one's the most accurate, and how you want to read them, what they mean. It's a great video. I will link it in the description below. So yeah, I am either in keto flu or I'm in ketosis, and there are at least a few different types of ketosis. You can be at 0, you're not in ketosis, then you can be in nutritional ketosis, or you can be in therapeutic ketosis. There are higher levels than therapeutic ketosis, but I'm not going to get into those in this video. You don't want to be there anyway. So, if you're there, please see a doctor. So nutritional ketosis is going to be between 0.5 and 3 millimoles per liter when you take your ketone tests. The most reliable, I think, is the blood test. I just did the urine test, which are supposedly slightly more accurate when you're first going into ketosis. The urine tests are fairly reliable as well. So I did those, and mine came back 3.9, so above 3. So that puts me in therapeutic ketosis, which is a good one for all sorts of things. I will link an article that talks about that, the distinctions between nutritional and therapeutic, and what each of them does. Very informative. I loved it. So I will link that for you. I will also get back with you guys in about a week and let you know where my ketone levels are as of then, because right now, like I said, it's high likelihood that I'm just still transitioning. Once my body starts processing all the fat more efficiently, then that number should go down a bit, and I will probably end up more in like nutritional ketosis instead of therapeutic. All right, I am eating fairly high fat right now, but I don't know for sure that that's what it is. It's probably just my gallbladder and liver need to catch up on making bile to process all this fat. So I'll update that in about a week. How I feel very good. Again, yesterday I would say I had on and off throughout the day, not constantly. I had the absolute mildest possible headaches ever. So super, super mild here and there throughout the day. I had high energy again, very high. I did take both yesterday and the day before, and I will continue to do this. I took up 1 pill of potassium, 2 pills of magnesium. I skipped my raspberry tea yesterday just because I was mostly taking that for the magnesium, and I decided to just do magnesium tablets instead so that I can keep a little better track of exactly how much I'm getting, because the tea, I know I'm getting some, but I don't know exactly how much. And then I would say I had higher motivation yesterday and previous days as well, but that'll be my focus for today. High motivation to get things done, get going. So it was great. Wonderful. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving the energy levels on this diet so far. The downsides from yesterday, as well as the day before, I did have some loose stool in the bathroom. So again, another symptom of keto flu, or also just your body adjusting to the increased fat intake. So I'm not super worried about it. It can also be a sign of your body flushing out all of the carbohydrate-loving bacteria in your gut. Because I'm not eating any carbs or sugar anymore, my body is basically starving those bacteria that used to be there. So now it's flushing all of those out as they die off, which is just fine. It means my gut is starting to balance out and hopefully get to where it should be to more efficiently use the fat and protein. So this is all good signs. It should not last forever. If it lasts a long time, definitely check that, and throughout this, always I would advise you to work with your doctor and, get advice. Do research yourself as well. Again, I'm not a doctor, not a nurse, not even a nutritional counselor or anything like that. So this is just my experience, and I'm telling you guys different tidbits that I've picked up, read, heard from others who have been on this diet for a while before. In the last video, I forgot to mention it, but in the previous video from day 3, I did link in the description a few articles and videos that I found super helpful when considering going on this diet. One article has to do with some of the major side effects and how to help counter those. Another article has to do with a major survey that was done on carnivores and the various positive and negative side effects that people had. Great survey. Wonderful survey. They don't really have a lot of solid studies yet because this is still fairly new, but you can also cross-compare with studies done on the keto diet, and that could help as well. I haven't personally looked at many of them. This survey was great. I really appreciated all of the info in this survey. And then I linked to a couple of videos as well, one by Stephanie Person, where she talks about various subjects related to the carnivore diet, but she especially gets into kind of the precautions, like what you want to be aware of and be careful about, and especially make sure you're listening to your body at all times. And anything that seems a little off or off balance, you want to address it immediately, sooner than later, so that your electrolytes and nutrition does not get out of balance in any way that will eventually be harmful to you. Because like with any diet, you have to balance it and make sure that your body is staying in balance in order to stay healthy and keep going strong every day. So great video by Stephanie Person. And then I also linked a video where Dr. Kent Berry talks with Miss Kelly Logan about the carnivore diet and just a lot about her experience and some of his experiences as well. great discussion. They touch on a lot of different subjects, and it's just really good information to know and be aware of, because Kelly's been on this diet for over 15 years, I believe, and so has Stephanie Person. So both of them are a wealth of knowledge on this subject. Again, I encourage you to look up anything you want to know about for yourself. I am trying to give you as much info as I have from my own research and studies, as well as my own personal experiences. So hopefully it helps you, and you can have the motivation to start yourself if you decide to, or not. If you listen to it and you're like, oh, this is not for me, also fine. Do what works for you. You know, this diet may not be for everyone, I don't know, but if it works for you, you know, if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, it's always worth just giving it a try. You know, I'm trying it for 1 month. We'll see after that, but hey, 1 month, hopefully things are looking good, then I'll just keep going, you know, and see how it goes for 3 months, and so on. My diet yesterday was ground beef with my beef fat, butter, 1/4 cup shredded cheddar, some sour cream, probably about 1/2 pound of ground beef. And then I had for lunch 2 ounces of cheese, about 1/3 pound of deli turkey. I had, some turkey bone broth along with that as well. Sorry, there's kind of a glare from my window, so if you see this weird, like, lighting, that's what it is. And then for supper, I had scrambled eggs and some hamburger grease and butter. Lots of cheese on that. I salt everything as per usual. And for a snack in the evening, I had about 2 ounces of Swiss cheese. So that was yesterday's menu. Delicious. I like to use cheese because for me it makes the meat fat more palatable. I don't honestly love the taste of just like beef fat by itself. Not my thing. So adding the cheese and especially adding some salt, it all to me helps it be more delicious. I love the meat and I love cheese, eggs, dairy, all of that, but I just don't love, honestly, I don't love the flavor of the fats. It's not my thing. So whatever you got to do to make your food palatable, make sure you enjoy it. It will help you with sticking to this diet. You don't want to be on a diet where you're eating something every day and just going, ugh, you know. Nobody likes that. No fun, right? So, you know, cook foods that you love. There's lots of options out there. Lots more carnivores before me have put out all kinds of info and recipes for carnivore diets. So you can check those out on YouTube as well. A wealth of information. I would just encourage you to look that up for yourself as well. And if I run across any particular recipes that I especially love, I will always link them in my videos. So check out the links below in the description on this video. It will relate to ketosis and testing for ketones. All right, that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you back again hopefully tomorrow for day 5. Bye, friends.